Hi friends, hello, hi, how are you? I hope you guys are having an amazing day today. I know I am thriving in the weather right now. It's literally so warm here. It's like 65 degrees, and after months of just 20-degree weather, I feel like I finally am myself again. Hi, so today we're just doing a little get ready with me. I'm just gonna catch you guys up on what's been going on the past couple months. And yeah, we're just gonna chit chat. I feel like that's a really good video to come back with. I have a rant scheduled for, what's today? I have a rant that's scheduled to go live Saturday, so if you're more interested in that content than like this content, you can watch that. But for right now, we're just gonna get ready and talk about life. So if you're interested in that, keep watching. I lightened my hair recently. I got a balayage with like highlights, face framing highlights. And I do love it, but I wish I was more blonde. It's like a curse. I want to be the blondest human possible now. Like, I am obsessed with being lighter colored hair. So if you see me one day bleach blonde, know that this was the start of it. We're ready. Okay. I feel like I look like I'm wearing pajamas. This is a hoodie, I promise. I look like I'm wearing a little sleep shirt. Kind of like normal, I'm not gonna tell you guys the products I'm using. I'm just gonna go for it because this isn't really an informative video. I gave up trying to give people advice on makeup a long time ago. I feel like I was low-key gaslit by the internet into thinking I was bad at makeup. I used to think that I was so horrible at it. I feel like this was a common problem for people that grew up in like the 2016 beauty guru space, is like if you couldn't do a double cut crease, everyone just thought you were trash at makeup. Like, if you couldn't do like a halo eye, you weren't a good beauty guru and you shouldn't be trying. Like, I'm so happy that now the trend has turned into much simpler makeup, because number one, I think enhancing your natural beauty with makeup is so powerful and beautiful. Number two, like, that shit was hard. Do you know how hard it was to do a full matte foundation with like all of the intense contouring, crazy white concealer we were all putting under our eyes? Like, holy shit, what a time that was. I'm glad it's over. Personally, I'm very happy doing lighter makeup that's just like pretty. I'm so much happier doing pretty makeup than I ever was trying to do a double cut crease. Anyway, that's my little mini rant for the beginning of the video. Hi, so how's life been for everyone else? This is where I wish I could actually like FaceTime with you guys. I know that's just going live, and I hate going live. Oh my god. I get so much anxiety being live. Because I don't know what anyone's gonna say, and I don't know what I'm gonna say. So I guess I could just go live and do my makeup, but that would stress me out. So we're doing this instead. How is everybody? I'm doing okay. Life has been lifing lately. We're coming up. Let's see, where do I want to start? Last update I gave you guys, I was moving. And I'm in my new apartment. This is my closet room that I'm in currently. Closet / beauty room. It has my vanity and it has all of my clothes. Behind you can see the excessive amount of clothing that I own, which is a little embarrassing, and the excessive amount of shoes that I own. I'm gonna cover that. But I'm absolutely loving my new apartment. It's like probably my favorite thing on the planet. So far, I think I'm doing pretty good. I did like a pink and green theme, which I feel like for the very first time in my life, I did something that was a trend currently. Like, I feel like I don't know if anyone else feels this way. I feel like I am always 3 years behind the trend. Like, the trend will happen and like 3 years later, I'm like, oh my god, that's such a cute, like, I just got into flared pants. That's been a thing for so long, and I'm just suddenly like, did you guys know flared pants are really cool? Like, I'm always behind, but I feel like with this room, I actually did the trendy thing. Like, I did the pink and green, which is like a super trendy color combo, for at least according to my Pinterest. I could be wrong. Watch this be like that. Everyone's like, that's so 2020 to do pink and green. But I love it. It brings me so much joy and peace. I'm the type of person that while I cannot keep my space clean to save my fucking life, I love having like a cutely, I don't love having it. I need like a cutely decorated, nice space to exist in, or I can't exist. Like, I need my room to be cute. Facebook Marketplace was so heavily my friend during this process. I got so much stuff from Facebook Marketplace and just from thrifting. I've been obsessed with thrifting, guys. It's like a problem. I have a deep addiction now to going thrifting. It's like I went through this phase where I was super into like designer stuff and I was super into like expensive clothes. And now I'm like, if this shirt is more than $4, I don't want it. Because I've experienced the joys of thrifting and how much fun it can be. I've been thrifting like crazy for this apartment. Thrifting, every like rug that we got was Facebook Marketplace. Most of our artwork was thrifted. The only thing I actually bought for my room, like bought full price, was my bed frame. And that was because originally I was going to use the bed frame that I had at my old house, but it was just way too big for the space. So I had to buy a bed frame really quick. But that's the only thing I bought. Everything else I thrifted. Most of these clothes you see behind you have been thrifted. I'm like a thrifting addict. So if you wonder what I've been doing for the past 2 months, it's been just having fun and no, I'm just kidding. I'm like, I've just been thrifting for 2 months. No. Yeah, so I moved in here and things were good for a little bit. I had like a really high of like, being like, oh my God, I'm in my new space. I get to decorate. Like and moving also, if you know, is so chaotic that like you have so much to do all the time. That's like, oh shit, like I need to be unpacking this box or I need to be doing this. And like, it took me a solid 3 weeks to just do all of that. And I was really happy with the results because now I feel like I actually live in an apartment, not just a storage unit. And things kind of just like went downhill. And this is the problem with being like mentally, when you have like chemical imbalances in your brain, it's so annoying because nothing will happen and suddenly everything is bad. I don't know if anybody else can relate to this, but it's like you just wake up one day and you're like, wow, everything sucks. Everything's bad and I hate it here. And that's kind of what happened to me. I was like doing really well and was like excited to be in the house and excited to have all of my like stuff. And then I just down spiraled. Like I just couldn't get out of bed and was downward spiraling and like absolutely was like falling into old patterns of behavior that were super negative, of just like not taking care of myself, not taking care of my house, like, and it got to a breaking point where I was like probably 2 weeks before my birthday. My birthday was February 21st. I turned 30. Yay! I actually have a video that I filmed the night of my birthday that I don't think I could ever post because it was so depressing. I filmed like, oh, I was like, oh, I'm turning 30. I'll film it. Get ready with me for the camera for like my subscribers. I want to talk to them about my birthday. And I just like cried the whole time. And the one thing I did say in it that I wish I could talk about again, which I guess I can right now, is that I just like had this epiphany on my birthday that I've been doing YouTube since I was 21 years old and I'm 30 now. And that was like a crazy realization to be like, this many years of my life I've been spending it online and talking online. I just can't express enough how much it is like crazy that this is my life and that so much of my life has been spent on the internet, talking on the internet. Like I never thought this would be my life or my job. And I'm not mad about it, but I do think that lately a big leading cause, well, okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. I had my birthday. It was really depressing. I was super just like depressed and sad. I went on this birthday trip with my friends and the whole time I kept being like, if I just get to this birthday trip, I'll be fine because I'll be with my friends for a weekend and that'll like cure me. Like I just need to get to my birthday. And I got through my birthday trip and it was horrible, not because of my friends, but because I was in such a bad headspace. And I was like also really struggling with my sobriety because when everything else starts slipping in your life, sobriety is really hard to maintain. So I just really was struggling to stay sober. I did stay sober, thank God. But it was way harder than it had been. I'm at almost a year. I'll be a year sober on March 26th. So I'm at almost a year sober and it was fucking hard. I almost relapsed on my birthday trip. Not that any of my friends would have let me, but like the thought was there to be like, why am I not just drinking? Like, I think there was this mindset of like, what am I even doing sobriety for? Because I felt so miserable that I was like, why am I even trying. Like, I'm so miserable. My life isn't fun. My life isn't exciting. It's not happy. Like, what is the point of being sober if I'm just going to be fucking miserable? Like, that was the mindset. Which, if you're in sobriety, you know, is like the most dangerous mindset you can get in the case of like the fuck it's, where you're just like, fuck it, I don't care, I'm just gonna drink. Like, I don't fucking care about my life anymore because this is bad. And like, that was really scary for me. I'm the type of person that when things like that happen, I don't necessarily act on them, which I guess is a good thing, but I get really scared. Like, I scare myself. To not have trust in yourself, especially when you're trying to maintain sobriety, is really awful. I actually saw this TikTok recently that made me cry. It was really beautiful. It was this guy getting ready to go out to the bar, and he was like hyping himself up to not use, and it was like giving himself this pep talk to be like, I'm not gonna use drugs tonight, I'm just gonna go out and dance. Like, that was the whole pep talk. And then he looked in the mirror and he looked at himself in the mirror and he was like, I love you, I trust you. And it made me cry because I was like, I want that trust in myself again. Like, I was so not trusting in myself. And then when that started happening, then other bad things started happening. Like, I just got super depressed. I got super suicidal, and I had to go to the hospital again, which I wasn't sure if I was going to talk about on YouTube, because I feel like at a certain point, I hate being annoying, that every few months I'm like, yep, had another mental breakdown. Like, haha. I hate that for me. I hate that that is the content I'm putting out. I hate that this is my life, that like, it's just one breakdown after another. But I also feel like it's a disservice to not be honest about the struggles that I'm facing, because I feel like that is my brand at this point, is just being honest about struggling. And I also feel like to get on here and be like, yeah guys, I'm a year sober and it was so fun and it was great and life is amazing once you get sober and like everything gets better for you. That's just disingenuous and not true. Like, sobriety is just one facet of all of it. I ended up getting hospitalized again, and it was actually like a really interesting experience this time. It was really just for medication adjustments. That was like the biggest thing that I was there for, because my medication just wasn't working anymore. Like, my makeup looks horrible right now. What am I doing? Okay. If we just put glitter on top of this, it'll fix everything. That's what I've been saying to myself for the last year. If I just put glitter on this, it'll fix everything. I have long nails for the first time in my life. Look at this manicure. I'm obsessed with it. I have long nails for the first time in my life, and I'm loving it. It's really difficult to do anything, but I love it. But now I have to use brushes to apply my glitters, and I'm finding that I like it even more than when I use my finger. Kind of fun. Anyway, the hospital was interesting. It was kind of annoying, honestly. I was kind of fucking over it by the end. I just have been in so many like hospitals and rehabs, and like, you get to a point where it's just like, I can only learn about what's one of the things they talk about a lot, radical acceptance. That's like a big thing they talk about, is radical acceptance, which is like this whole idea that you're supposed to just like, you accept the things you cannot change. It's the basis of it, but it's like radical. It's like, you're doing radical acceptance. I can only hear about that so many times before I have no interest in it anymore. But it was helpful in that I got on the right medications. I'm very pro medication, super pro medication. It literally saves my life, my medications that I'm on. I've been seeing this rhetoric online that's like, people who are on medications just want to get off of them. Not for me, bestie. I'm gonna be on that shit the rest of my life. I don't want to know myself without being medicated for anxiety. That sounds crazy. But yeah, I got out and I pretty much immediately had another birthday trip planned, which was not ideal. Like, in between these two birthday trips, I just did a quick hospital stay. And I ended up going to DC with a bunch of my friends. This was like a way bigger trip than the birthday trip I did in February. This trip was like 8 of us, and it was really fun though. I had a great time. I feel better now that I'm like properly medicated. I'm back in therapy. Like, I'm doing more therapeutic things now. I feel like my entire life is just therapy, but I don't think that's a bad thing. What I really have to come to terms with, and what I really need to work on, is what I actually want to do with my life and what my purpose is. Because part of turning 30 comes an existential crisis of like, what am I doing? Like, what am I doing with my life? What is my greater purpose? I don't know. And that's so scary. I feel like I used to have, when YouTube was my main focus, I had so many like goals for myself. And it's not that YouTube isn't something I still have goals for, but before I like went to the hospital the first time, like, and when I really started struggling with my depression and anxiety again, which was back in like 2022, before that happened, YouTube was my entire identity. Like, being a YouTuber was the only thing I had. And that was like everything. I put everything into it. And I was so miserable. Like, I hated my life. I had everything I could have possibly wanted. I had money. I had a house. I had a husband. I had everything. And I had a YouTube career that was like thriving, and I fucking hated it. Like, and now I'm still not the happiest I could probably be. But I think the reason for that is now less about like the way I'm living my life and more about the way that I want to be living my life in the future and the goals I want to set for myself. I also think too that's so reflected in my like content. Like, I feel like you can tell in my content that I just don't care as much anymore. And it's not that I don't care. It's just like the things that used to get me so excited to film don't excite me anymore. Like, I'm not excited to talk about internet drama anymore. And I think that's reflected in the content. Like, I don't think my last few videos have been very good. And I think the reason for that is because I didn't care about what I was talking about. I was just trying to force content for the sake of having content and for the sake of posting. And that's never a position I want to be in. Like, I never want to do this job for so long that I start to hate it. I never want to be not evolving my content with who I am and posting things that seem disingenuous, because I just think that doesn't serve anyone. You guys won't like the content, I won't like the content. Like, it just doesn't make sense. So I think instead of trying to force myself to be posting on a consistent schedule, because obviously that's not fucking working. I keep saying like, oh, I'm gonna do a consistent something like once a week or whatever. It's just not working. Like, I don't have something to say once a week, to be perfectly honest. I feel like I don't know how I used to post so many videos saying so much. I have nothing to say. I like, except for like talking about life and like talking about the occasional internet thing that interests me. Like, the video I'm posting on Saturday is a rant about Michelle the bartender, who's like a TikToker. And that was something that happened that I like genuinely cared about and was like, oh, I want to make a video about this. Like, this excites me to talk about because it's like this is like what I'm interested in right now. I feel like I just have to keep that energy going. So it's gonna be less content. And I'm sorry for that, because I feel like everybody really just wants me to fucking post. But I think I'm gonna do a little bit of a switch up. Like, I'm gonna start posting more sort of like I'm really into thrifting. So I want to talk about thrifting and like fashion and plus size stuff. And like, I want to talk about things that interest me. And if that means my channel dies, I've become okay with that. Like, if that means that I'm not getting hundreds of thousands of views a video, I'm okay with that, because at least it's something that I'm doing that I feel happy doing, and I'm not like forcing myself, and it's not bad. I feel like my videos were bad. Like, Glomus videos, some of those videos, I hate them. I want to just delete them, because I'm like, God, I didn't care about this at all. Like, I had no passion behind there's no passion behind my eyes when I'm talking about frenemies. Like, I didn't care. The literal only thing that's going through my head, besides what I'm thinking about, Ali When the Wine Runs Out by Role Model. That's like, heard through the grapevine, she could be a diva. That's how I feel all the time. I am Sally. I know I'm feeling better. I know I wanted to film today and talk to you guys. I know that I wanted to get ready and like film something and do something productive. So that's what I did. And that's what we're gonna keep doing. So I know I mentioned I was starting school again. I put that off till September because around the time classes were starting was when things started getting bad. And I was like, I'm not gonna waste money trying to do classes that I'm just gonna fail at. So I pushed that off till September, and I've been looking for part-time jobs at like rehab facilities and outpatient rehab facilities to work with alcoholics. And now that I'm at a year, I can start working with people who struggle with addiction, and that's something I feel like will be really good for me is to just work like a normal job for a little bit. It's something I'm really excited about because I think it'll bring me, I've missed doing social work stuff a lot. Like, that was my passion and always will be, and I think that bringing that back into my life is going to be an inherently positive thing. So this is not me quitting YouTube, this is not me saying goodbye to YouTube, but this is me saying that the content's gonna change. It's gonna be just like more me now instead of me 5 years ago. And again, if that means the channel dies, I have to come to terms with that, because I can't keep forcing commentary content that doesn't matter to me. I just can't do it. Really can't. I feel like I commend people that can talk about shit they don't care about. I cannot do it. I think that's everything I wanted to talk about. Today I'm doing okay, so that's good. I'm not gonna do the whole like put a little bow at the end of everything, because I'm still struggling every day. And I feel like anyone who struggles with mental health, struggles with addiction, struggles with any of that, you know the deal. Like, today I'm feeling good, and that's good. Today I wanted to film, and that's good. So today I did. And yeah, we're getting there every day. No boy updates, which is depressing. I feel like I've been painfully single, but I've also not been trying at all to not be single. I've been like in my little hermit hole. So maybe we'll have like a fun summer romance I can update you guys on. That would be fun. Oh, that'd be cute for me. I would love a summer romance for me. Like, nothing serious, just like a cutesy little summer romance. That would be so fun. Anyway, I love you guys so much. I hope you like this little get ready with me. I hate how my makeup turned out. But that's okay. I love you guys so much. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, or just subscribe, or do neither. Honestly, just so happy you're watching me. Thank you so much for being here. My social media, my social justice spotlight, and everything else will be linked down below. And yeah, I love you guys so much. Thanks for sticking with me and watching anything I put out. I appreciate it. If you're here till the end, I appreciate you. Because your girl doesn't know what she's doing right now. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!